Hey, what's going on, guys? We're making a quick video showing my personal pocket dump, the things that I everyday carry. I know these, you guys are absolute sluts for pocket dump videos, and so am I. So I can't have this in here. That is going to get me in trouble. All right, there we go, all fixed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over everything that I keep on my person for the most part, and a little bit of the why on why I do it. But we are doing a series kind of thing where we go through each one of these facets and talk more in detail about it and kind of give more options beyond what I carry, because what I carry is not always going to work for you or anyone else. So we're going to go ahead and start by me taking off my pants. And by that I mean my belt. So let's go ahead and start with medical. Medical, we've already done a video on this trauma tin here. This has a bunch of different stuff in it, gloves, quick clot, has a thing of quick clot, tape, a razor blade to cut fabric and stuff, and a Sharpie, a little Sharpie. And it's really easy to carry. If I don't carry any medical at all, this is what I carry. This is like my base level. This is it. On top of that, I carry a tourniquet of some kind, normally a cat like this one, or a soft T wide. I'm a little bit more in favor of soft T wides. That's my medical base. This is normally what I'll carry. Anything beyond that is something that I would carry off body in my vehicle or something like that. Moving on to knives. I'm not a big knife guy because they're expensive, and knife fights are just something that I'm not really too experienced with. But this is a Kershaw Ken Onion designed, I think it's called the Leak. I've had this knife for a really long time. It's just a, just a spring-loaded flipper. Has a pretty good edge to it, pretty good tip, and it locks as well. So it's kind of child-proof, which is cool if you have kids. I really like that. But it's sleek, and I got it for free, so this is what I use. I use knives for utilitarian purposes, not self-defense. I have no intention of doing anything edge-related there. Now, flashlights. Flashlights, there's a lot of conversation about them. I like having a flashlight for utility purposes, but I also want it to be strong enough for self-defense as well. So it needs to have proper illumination both in lumen and in candela. I recently switched over to the Cloud Defensive MCH high candela. This is their micro version. It's very small. Remind you of something? Okay. But it has high lumens. It's like over 1,000 lumens, and it has 60,000 candela or some 50 to 60,000 candela. So it's very, very bright, and it reaches very far, and that's what I want. So if I want utility, I want it to be bright. I mean, it can be too bright at times, but for a self-defense light, this impedes visual horizon better than most. This does a very good job at it. So I really like this light. I did carry an Elzetta, a little Elzetta light, and that was pretty anemic in terms of, like, in comparison to this kind of a light, but it still was they're still very robust lights. Moving on to the belt. Now, as a concealed carrier, I'm sure you've heard that you need to have a pretty robust belt. I'm stuck in 2010, so I carry an Aries Gear Aegis belt, and as you can see, it's just a solid chunk of belt. I mean, it's very, very rigid. It's very sturdy. It has kind of like a Boy Scout buckle here, and it's just a sturdy brick shithouse belt. It's very nice. The one thing that I am griping about is I've been carrying this same belt for probably going on 5-6 years now. It's starting to slip a little bit when I do tighten it down, especially if I take my holster off. This mechanism loosens pretty easily, and they say that there's a fix for it, but all the solutions that they've said don't work. I think it's just because the tracks on this belt are starting to smooth down so much. You could tell by the area that I'm always on that it's, you know, starting to kind of smooth out. So might be getting replaced in the future, but for now it's a really good belt. And the belt buckle, I really like it because you could dress up with it. You know, it's a dressy, you know, belt buckle, but it's not tactical. And yeah, you can rack your slide off it pretty good. It has a nice ledge. It's just a belt that I've had for a while, and I like it a lot. Now moving on to the blaster. I am a basic bitch, so I have a Glock 19. This is the Glock 19 Gem 5 MOS, stock internals, stock mostly everything. I mean, it has aftermarket sights. I put Ameriglows on there, suppressor height sights. I have an Aimpoint Acro P2 as the red dot. I did run the Holosun 509T. I really liked that, but I got the Acro for a good deal, so I switched out for that. For a light, I have the X300 Ultra. Even though weapon mounted lights are overrated, according to Ken Hackathorn, so I'm kind of a dork with this light on here. But other than that, when it comes to the gun itself, it's stock. I mean, I don't really, I like the Gen 5 Glocks. I really have no problems with this setup, but that's what I have there. The rounds that I carry are the Federal HSTs. These are the Plus P 124 grains, I guess, but I don't really care about the Plus P or not. That's not really important to me. And then I have a Midwest Industries base plates on here, and you know, I got these as a gift, so I really like them. I like how they're orange because they stick out in the grass when you're out, like dropping your mags in the grass and you're, you know, out at the range or something. It helps you find them a little bit better. And what's kind of cool about them is that they have these indicator markings here that you can mark with a paint pen to show if it's a primary mag, if it's your secondary mag, if it's your spare mag, if it's a training mag. You can set that precedent for yourself, and I thought that was pretty neat. But yeah, and they're metal too, so if that's something of value to you, then yeah. Holster, we're part of American Concealment Solutions, so obviously we're carrying an American Concealment Solutions Balefire. Real nice. This is one that I've done a lot of experimentation on. This is just for this gun. I have it wrapped in I forget exactly what this pattern's called, but it's like a blue, it's a blue camouflage. I don't know, but we do offer it on the website. We do offer fabric wrapping on all of our holsters, and my holster of choice attachment is dual soft loops with the claw, obviously. But yeah, that's really it. I always carry a gun. I normally only carry the flashlight when I go out at night. I normally don't carry the knife and the flashlight together personally. I carry the knife during the day, and then when it gets darker, I carry my flashlight. And I know I do go into buildings that may be dark if the power goes out, and I definitely understand that. And for the medical, I don't always carry a tourniquet. I do always carry my trauma tin though. I think carrying Quick Claw or some kind of hemostatic agent is far more important than carrying something that just works on the limbs like a tourniquet does. But having both definitely are cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about it. So, like I said, we will be taking all of this and we'll be breaking it up into sections all by itself, talking about each individual one in autistic lengths, going a lot more into details about the theory behind why and how we carry different things, and giving alternatives, both in lifestyle and both in, you know, affordability, all that kind of stuff, to make sure that everyone's carrying what they need to carry. We offer the trauma tent on our site. Obviously, we offer inside the waistband, outside the waistband, duty holsters, all that kind of stuff on our website. Link in the description. If you have any questions, get a hold of us at any time. Until then, see you then.